So I want to share with you from a young, it appears to be that he's a Jewish young man who commented on my channel about the Psalm 22 tie-in with Joseph's story and how we see Jesus in the Old Testament. So check this out. Here it is. Here's the comment from Adam. Okay, but he's speaking about this word for pierced in Psalm 22 isn't how you spell pierced. It's this one right here, and it's definitely like a lion. Well, that's been a debate for many years now, and that's what I said in there in my reply to him, as you can see right there. And then let's continue on here. So then he says, how do we then, right? I said that's been debated. And then he says, how do we then go on to explain the other handful of prophecies that haven't been fulfilled that are due to be fulfilled in a second coming? I understand Christianity speaks of how this is a spiritual coming and the next will be a physical coming, but nothing in the Tanakh ever speaks of that. Okay, good point, Adam. I get that. But then let's go back to what we see in the Old Testament. The Tanakh, I responded, the Tanakh actually says, or actually does speak of that, and I can prove it to you in the Torah alone. The Torah is basically the first 5 books in the Bible written by Moses. So we're going to go into Genesis, right? Just look at Joseph's story. He had a miraculous birth. He was the father's most favored son. His brothers despised and rejected him. They conspired to murder him. He was sold for pieces of silver. He was handed over to the Gentiles. He was falsely accused. He was sent down into the king's prison. 2 were condemned with him there, right? One lives in 3 days. The other was cursed in 3 days. And he was raised up. Here it is. He was raised up out of that place. He was brought before the throne. He was honored and made the right hand to the throne. This is all about Joseph and how he was a picture and type of Christ, a portrait of him. And all had to bow down to Joseph, right? Except for he who sat on the throne. He was given a Gentile bride. He collected a great harvest. He prepared for a great 7-year famine. Then that 7-year time of trouble came, right? It would be like Jacob's trouble. And during this time, his brothers come back to him, bow down in fulfillment of his prophetic dreams. Then he reveals to them that he is alive, and they wept together. Just like Zechariah 12 shows us that they will do someday with Jesus. And he forgives them, and he saves all of Israel. Isn't that beautiful? He saves all of Israel. So during that long period of time, Israel was lied to because Israel being Jacob, right, the father, he was lied to by those brothers because his brothers said a wild animal devoured him for all those years. And that would be like a lion's paw in Psalm 22. Right? That's not what it originally said. But Israel rejoiced. Jacob rejoiced because he knew he was alive. Wow, that is a picture of Jesus all the way, my friend. And hey, I have no disrespect for him. I want him to know his Messiah, and I want him to know that Jesus loves him. Yeshua loves you, Adam, and others in Israel. And that's the whole point of these types of videos, to show you the truth. And when Joseph saw his brothers, he wept. Why did he weep? Because he loved them. He loved them. Yeshua is very Jewish, my friend. He's not Roman Catholic or Christian. He's Jewish, and he loves you. And he's welcoming you back, and he also will reveal who he is to you someday and forgive you and show great mercy and grace and provide for you and all of your families, just like Joseph's story, my friend. So God bless you. Hey, click on this playlist right here, How to Find Jesus in the Old Testament. You won't miss a thing. Also, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you won't miss anything. I love you, my friend.